All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call law, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth sincerity. All right, real quick. So this is basically fairly new today on this so-called fake New Year. You have Elon Musk's Neuralink to mass produce brain C-hips in 2026. Eyes nearly fully automated surgery. So like with this whole, because I think he had the trials. Excuse me. Hold up. He had the trials start in 2024. So as of right now, there are 12. I think they're all paraplegic or like some kind of like they have some like that those kind of issues to where they can't really move. So I believe up to date now, you have 12 people that have these brain seeds from the Neuralink, which is Elon Musk's company. Now, it's funny about Elon Musk is also the same guy that's talking about a universal basic income, and we're leaning towards a post-work society, which means there's going to be no more jobs. You know what? I might bring that out too. But also with the brain C-hips, even though it's not the actual MOTB to cause to people to buy and sell, but that's where we're headed. You know, because it's going to be to the, all right, well, we have this technology for the people that's have these issues and we could do them, like put it in them, but then they say what? Oh, but you could also buy and sell with these. Because it's going to have the same technology to scan, and I would assume, you know, I'm not all a tech savvy guy, but I would assume that the Neuralink brain C-hips can be aligned with the MOTB micro C, because I know they don't look the same because the RFID is like a little piece of rice, and they say that the Neuralink C-hip is like a coin. But irregardless, it's all going to go hand in hand together. And that's where we're at. And he's saying that 2026 is going to be the time where a mass rollout and mass production. So this is from Digit-N, which is a technology people up in India that report on technology and advancements of technology and all that shit. You know? So it says Elon Musk's Neuralink is preparing for a major step forward in 2026. Neuralink plans to mass produce its brain-computer interface, BCI, C-hips, and make the implant process almost fully automated. Neuralink will start high-volume production of brain-computer interface devices and move to a streamlined, almost entirely automated surgical procedure in 2026, Musk said. Now, then you think about what? Why stop there? Why stop there? So then you're like, you know what? This guy, this company, and many other companies are going to start producing what? Other C-hips for other uses. Not just so people could like use their brains to move a computer mouse or some shit, but to buy and sell. Because ultimately, that's the prophecy. And this all part of those miracles and those great wonders and all quote-unquote spectacular things that the hit technology seems like it's bringing to humanity. But really, it's bringing humanity down, because why? It's making us more interfaced with technology that we're not supposed to be. But anyway, so it says Elon Musk's brain technology company Neuralink is preparing for a major step forward in 2026 with plans to mass produce its brain-computer interface, C-hips, and make the implant process fully automated. The announcement points to a future where advanced brain implants could reach far more people, especially those living with paralysis or serious neurological conditions. See, that's how they start. Oh yes, people with paralysis and neurological conditions. And then what? Then they go to, oh, we got this now. We're also doing this to where you'll be able to buy and sell with this. Because remember, Elon Musk, he's the same guy talking about universal basic income. He's the same guy talking about there's going to be no use to go to college, no college degree, to no jobs. He's the same guy. So this guy will definitely be connected to the MOTB to bring it to where like you could buy and sell with these same C-hip technology. He's bringing it out now to the what is this? Paralysis or serious neurological conditions. That's how they're going to bring it. Oh, we'll be able to make you a little better than you once were. But the Lord said, I woundeth and I healeth. But Esau he's trying to be like the Most High. He's trying to say, I can heal you with our technology advancements. Right? Anyway, continuing on, it says, the update came after Musk responded on X to a post summarizing Neuralink's progress during 2025. Looking ahead, he explained that the company plans to move beyond limited production. Neuralink will start high-volume production of brain-computer interface devices and move to a streamlined, almost entirely automated surgical procedure in 2026, Musk said. Now, this is the year, this may be the year where they really push heavy to MOTB. Matter of fact, me and our brother was talking yesterday about, you know, certain what like particular events do we think are going to take place in this year to come, which is so-called 2026. So where they're at now, they're really strongly advancing this CHIP technology, and ultimately that's what the beast system, because it's all part of the same beast system. It says, he further added, device threads will go through the dura without the need to remove it. This is a big deal. The dura is the outermost layer enveloping the brain and spinal cord, and avoiding its removal could reduce risk and shorten recovery times. By automating most of the procedure, Neuralink hopes to make implant surgeries quicker, safer, and easier to repeat at scale. If these plans succeed, 2026 can mark a major leap for Neuralink. But not just Neuralink, this is going to mark a major leap for prophecy, the MOTB prophecy in particular, because this guy is tied to financial shit. This is the same guy talking about, oh, universal basic income. Well, how would you get that? So get a Neuralink implant. That would be your universal basic. It's right there. And that's what we've been telling people for many, many years now. This right here is it. This right here is it. This is where they talk about the cause. Yeah, paralysis and neurological conditions. But ultimately, people that don't have those conditions and don't have paralysis. So we're like, oh, he's also the one pushing the universal basic income, right? So he'll also be the one to be like, hey, you know what? We're also working on a chip, a CHIP, a brain interface that could what? Be the benefit of buying and selling, getting payments. If you talk about if this same guy talk about universal basic income, you see how that works? And they said in 2026 is a mass production. He said by the end of 2026 into 2027, thousands of people will have it. Here we go. It says in September 2025, Neuralink confirmed that 12 people with severe paralysis have received its brain implants. Although the X post suggested the number was closer to 20 participants, to date, users have demonstrated their ability to play video games, browse the internet, post on social media, and control a laptop cursor using only their thoughts. Which we try to be like the Most High by doing stuff with just your thought. Cause that's on the. I'm not gonna say it on the power of the Lord, but that's what the Lord does. The Lord thinks it, and it comes to pass. It can manifest. They're trying to do things using the technology still made from the earth to play the Most High, but it's not going to work, and he's not going to get this fully off the ground. It's not going to be like he's going to have this shit for years, and then motherfuckers is out here moving shit with their minds and posting on something. Nah, it's not going to be forever, man. This is not going to be a long time thing. He's going to get to a certain level, and then the Lord going to stop him in his tracks. That's the end of the article. So, oh, so man, since he's the guy, hold up. Elon Musk. See? So it's not, well, you got 2-week-old articles. So one article, this is from Yahoo Finance. It says, Elon Musk predicts universal high income, which is the same thing, will pay for everything, how much you would get. Another one from Fox Business. It says, Musk predicts AI will create universal high income and make saving money unnecessary. Elon Musk says Elon Musk says universal income is inevitable, why he thinks that's a bad thing. But that sentiment has changed. Remember that article said that's a bad thing. Why he thinks that's a bad thing. That's from March 2025. But this shit is not, hold up. So you go from, hold up. Let me go to this one real quick. So this is from NASDAQ. And it says, Elon Musk says universal income is inevitable. Why he thinks that's a bad thing. This is from March 27th, 2025. 2025, past year. So it says, universal basic income provides regular payments to all individuals in the community, regardless of their employment status or financial need. The idea is that when everyone has enough money to satisfy their basic needs, the overall well-being of society at large is enhanced. UBI is something of a political football, as the left sees it as a basic, decent way to ensure that no member of society is left behind, while the right sees it as a handout to those who haven't earned such a privilege. Controversial Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who also heads up the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, which I don't think that's a thing anymore, has said universal basic income is inevitable. However, Musk thinks that the ramifications would be terrible for humanity. Here's a look at why Musk thinks UBI is inevitable and what he forecasts will be the ultimate result. It says, although Musk certainly says a lot of controversial things, there's no escaping the fact that he is one of the foremost tech entrepreneurs in history. He particularly has the pulse on the development of artificial intelligence. Now, remember, this is from March. It says, in Musk's eyes, advances in AI will change the world to the point that eventually hardly anyone will have a job. This will require governments to pay out a universal basic income, as most people won't even be drawing a paycheck. Now, that makes me think about what happened with the C-19. Nobody was working, but people were getting paid. So that was a little trial run right there. It says, in 2024, Musk took his views a step further, telling the Viva Tech conference in Paris that not just a basic income, but a high universal income will be the future of the world. As Musk put it, in a benign scenario, probably none of us will have a job, but in that benign scenario, there will be universal high income, not universal basic income. Universal high income, there will be no shortage of goods or services. But, so his consequence, it's not even he said it's a bad thing. He's basically saying it's going to make people feel inadequate. It's going to make people feel like, what's their purpose? Because, and it's funny because it makes me think about in the second Esdras, the 16th chapter, where it talks about they labor in vain. So when you go, I'm gonna go to it real quick. What verse was it? What was this thing? Now, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, and I'm going to read chapter 16, I'm going to read verse 37. So it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. One of those plagues, one of the things that the Lord said was going to come to this place was the grinding shall cease. The sound of work shall fade. The door to life's opportunities to close. He's saying that, it's going to be no need for nobody to work. So the people that's been working for this last century, if you will, it's been a certain way of life in America and in the world. But let's stick with Babylon, because it's actually mentioned Babylon in this chapter of 2nd Esdras chapter 16. But when you think about on the broad scheme of things, remember it says universal, so it's not going to just be America. Because the scripture, matter of fact, let me get that scripture real quick. Not to be jumping around, but hold up. So there's the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, and it reads, He calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, what is that? What is Neuralink talk about? A brain C-hip. So get implanted in your forehead. Now, why would this guy not eventually have something to where like, oh, the RFID also as well will produce to where when they have the system to where like, oh, to buy and sell, everybody get it. You already talked about the universal basic income, so where everybody's gonna get paid. So how's everybody gonna get paid? And then you're the same person that's producing brain CMs, ironically. This is where we at. This is where we at. And it's not a damn thing that's going to stop. That's why the Lord said, what? The plagues are going out and they're not slack. This is set to this is happening. Fuck, it's going to happen. It's happening. They're saying this year, mass production and a mass rollout of the brain CHIPs from this dude's company. The same dude talk about a universal basic income for the whole world, where no one will have a job, no one will go to college. It's all connected. And that brain CHIP you get in your brain. You're gonna get it in your forehead, whatever the fuck Zoratex, whatever the fuck they talk about of the brain. So it says, I'm reading that in NLT. So it says, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, it says, he required everyone, universal, hold up. Let's go to universal. You got universal from the late 14th century. I went to etymology online. It says, pertaining to or characteristic of the whole of something specified. What's specified? The people as a whole. The universal basic income for what? All citizens. It says occurring everywhere, affecting the whole world or cosmos. So it says occurring everywhere. So not just America, they talk about everywhere. A universal basic income to which everyone that's not under the elite circle, everyone, that's how you'll get paid. That's how you'll receive money. That's how you'll be able to spend money. You have to have a CHIP. Because it says what? No man shall buy or sell, save he that had the mark in his right hand or in his forehead. So you have to have it to buy and to sell. But remember, the elites, they're rich. They're not buying from anyone. So they're not probably going to get the CHIP. Which is going to show how much the Lord hates you, because you're not even going to have the CHIP, but the Lord already hates you because you're the one bringing the CHIP. Because they already have the resources. They already got the gold. They already got silver. They already got all of that. Their system is what to watch the Goyim, watch the common folks. This is gonna be for the common folk. This is gonna be for the masses. So yeah, belonging to all together, whole, entire. So yeah, so the entire earth, because he calls them all. Universal basic income, he calls them all. That's right there together. That simultaneously connects with each other. So there you have it. There you have it. So hold up. So go back to the scripture. Because right now the Neuralink brain CHIP is not for buying and selling, but as time goes on, this dude could be like, yo, you know what? We could also produce the RFID CHIPs for buying and selling. Why not? He come with the bullshit now. It's like, oh yeah, we can help you with paralysis and neurological conditions, but ultimately it's going to be what? For buying and selling conditions. And it's not going to be his company. It's going to be a whole bunch of companies. Remember, this is a whole world thing. All these companies, that's why they all get invested with all this AI, data centers, and the resources is all to fuel the beast system. This is what they need to fuel the beast system. That's why it's such a power trip as far as Esau goes, with trying to get all the most resources he can to create all these data centers and all this shit to get this show on the road. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, so that no man can buy or sell. Period. That's prophecy that hasn't taken place yet. You got people talking about, oh, the MOTB, the micro CHIP is not the MOTB. Are you kidding me? So what the hell is the MOTB? Where the hell are we at right now? where they talk about, and not just the Neuralink, but they already have people that have the RFID SIP that have bought and sold with it, or at least bought with it. I don't know about selling, but you have to where you could accept purchases. So the store. Oh shit! Kiev kills Ukrainians for celebrating Russian control. But yeah, you have people that have made purchases in stores with the RFID microchip in their body and got their hand scanned, their right hand scanned. So it's already here. It's already up in motion. But remember, we're looking for the mass rollout. We're looking at what he said he calls of all. Because right now, the people that got it, they got it voluntarily. All right? So that's how they're going to bring it. So kill all these jobs, kill all these companies, but what? Still need for the need to buy and sell. So it says, for some people, the thought of a future without work and a universal high income may sound like heaven, but the truth is that most people derive value and purpose out of working, and that is the fear that Musk has about the future. Now, so that's what he's saying is bad about the UBI. But as far as prophecy goes, hold up. Because it's all prophecy. And it's all coming full throttle. Oops, what's fuck? I get the 4. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse Ecclesiastes chapter 12, excuse me. I'm gonna go right to the point. This is verse 4. It says, remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed. This is the NLT. And it says, remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed and the sound of work fades. Now you rise at the first chirping of the birds, but then all their sounds will grow faint, because now they're saying, oh, your purpose is from work. So that's going to be for a lot of the older generations, even people like my age, because we're all used to working. But this next crop of individuals, of citizens, this generation of people, they're going to be the ones that's going to be like receiving this. So like you have somebody that's like, let's say like a 10-year-old. So a 10-year-old now, in a few years, well, no, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let's say a 14-year-old, because to 2030. So like, if they want all this on the ground at a certain point, so let's say a 14, 15-year-old, so a high schooler right now, set to graduate in the next few years, they're going to come into the universal basic income being more and more out there. Because we don't, like, they're pushing this stuff real fast, because what? The devil knows he had but a short time. So he's coming along with all his tricks and all his shit he want to do. So yeah, universal basic income. So now the sound of work is fading. So you have like you have college graduates that graduated like 2024, now 2025, that are not finding work, or the ones that have the work already that's been graduated, that's been in a certain field, they're losing jobs because of the AI takeover. So what's going to happen within the next few years to the people in college now, or set to go to college, or that's in high school right now? We're in this time where the sound of work, the door to life's opportunities is closing. Why? Because it's going to be a universal basic income. The AI is the cause. The automation is the cause. That's this devil's kingdom, his technology. And it's also intertwined with his money. That's why he's going to have a SIP, which is his technology, that you're going to need to have in your body to buy and sell. Because why is this is prophecy coming to pass as we speak. So yeah, man, universal basic income, Neuralink, brain CHIPs, mass production, mass rollout. But these motherfuckers getting busy. We're down to the final moments of this devil's kingdom. That's why he's doing all this, because why? We're at the end. And that's how it goes, and that's where we at. So in 2026, mass rollout, mass production of Neuralink brain CHIPs, man. Oh, and then what's next? What other CHIPs is next? The CHIPs is already out, so they're going to just start bringing it all out. It's time to usher out the new system. It's time to out with the old, in with the new. No more cash, no more coins. They taking all the gold and silver is spiking up. The war is intensifying. So it's all playing out how the Lord set out from the beginning. The end is near, it is near, and the end shall speak. And now the end is speaking. Though it tarry, wait for it, it shall surely come, it will not tarry. So 2020, I've been telling people, 2026 is gonna be one hell of a year. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom.